Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
All right, guys, we are back. Tiara is out for this preview episode for episode 280, Black and Blue. This is the 2019 action thriller, conspiracy thriller, according to IMDb. Seems weird. Logline here is a rookie New Orleans police officer is forced to balance her identity as a black woman after she witnesses two corrupt cops committing murder. This is directed by Dion Taylor and stars Naomi Harris, Tyrese Gibson, and Frank Grillo. Okay, I've not seen this movie. I just saw the trailer for this for the first time a couple minutes ago. This should be interesting. It's about corrupt cops, black people trying to figure out their role between being a black person and being a pig. So, all right, that's cool. Should be interesting. I think it'll be an interesting conversation. I don't know how good this movie is going to be, but I think we'll have a good time with it. All right, so that is the film for episode 280. We'll dig into that next week. The random topic this week is our thoughts, and we haven't really talked about it offline, but our thoughts on black people not joining the nationwide protests against the Trump administration, the hands-off protests, which was this weekend. I believe there is another series of nationwide protests coming up like maybe in 2 weeks, or is it next week? Yeah. So I think that's a part of the 5051 organization. So what are your thoughts? I'll go to Micah first. What are your thoughts on black folks joining the protests or not joining? Like, should they not? It's a good idea.
Huh? I don't like tests. I've never been a good test taker, pro or con. So, someone close to me mentioned something about it, and I said, don't go to that. And they said, oh, I'm not. I just know people who are. I said, what they look? And the boys were here, and we try not to, say black people or white people in front of them.
Oh, we do. White people enslaved our people. Fight back.
So we did this. And then Maxwell was like, white people?
Learn something.
Like, oh.
He
got it. Yeah, he got it.
He's like, oh, well.
I was like, all right.
It's in his DNA.
Right. And it's like, well, I guess the person close to me is my wife. Duh. Right. And
I thought a cloak and dagger around this story.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've never been a protest person, march out in the street, and I've done it one time, and I wasn't very comfortable, because it was, what was it? It was one that I think that the four of us,
Yeah, we were all there.
yeah, and I wasn't very comfortable. Just because I don't like, one, being around a lot of people, and two, being around a lot of white people makes me very uncomfortable. And I'm not saying that to try and like be funny or anything.
I
it just
what the fuck?
it just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't like being surrounded. Like, I understand that.
My head is very much on a swivel, right? And I'm not saying I can't walk down the street and like, we've been to Europe, right? Like, nothing but white people over there, right? But like, being around a bunch of white people in close proximity, and emotions are running high. That is not where I want to be.
That's fair.
And I would, I can't tell you what to do. Just search your feelings. You know it to be true. If what was the name of that movie that we did? I think it was called Monster, where with Anthony Ramos, I think was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the subplots in it was someone's kid wanted to go to a protest and the parent didn't want to. And I can't remember what happened, but that always stuck with me, man. Like, I don't know. Look, I'm a scaredy cat, man. I'm a scaredy cat. And I have no problem fighting for a cause, but I would do it, from a safe vantage point.
Like a true revolutionary. I got you. I'm just going to stay over here. Nah, I understand. I get it.
I would rather be, perched somewhere looking my sights on something.
Yeah, all right.
I'd rather do that than, I don't want to be Crispus Attucks or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the first one.
Saying I don't want to be Crispus Attucks is fucking hilarious. Look, that's a deep historical cut because niggas don't read. I get it. And white people don't either. Shut up. I don't know any history. No, that's good. That's pretty good. So, I mean, but yes, I understand personally, but what are your thoughts about, I mean, largely black people just did not show up to these protests. From the perspective of,
but look, how many times do we have to protest? How many times do we have to protest? Yeah. Like it, in all seriousness, black people have this energy right now of you made that bed, now you lie in it. Look, I'm for it. It's time for America to show that it can pull itself by its bootstraps. It can figure out what to do when atrocities are happening. And look, and it's weird. I get it. It's weird because like it feels like we are the bad guys now, largely because we kind of are, right?
Oh, America, not black people. You're saying.
America,
yeah, America. I
was like,
and
what the fuck I did?
right. That's why I'm sitting out. No, you do that. And it was, you could historically, America has been, has perceived itself as good to the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. And, something's happening. America will come in. Like, that's part of America's identity for itself, right? Like, oh, we're going to come in and we're going to fucking drop democracy all over this place. We're going to turn this, we're going to make democracy glass out of this place, right? Like, and that's the mentality that America has. So it's like when the call is coming from inside the house, we don't know what to do. And we're like a white woman in a horror movie. Right?
My ankle.
And now you got to figure out whether or not you are the final girl or you are one of the random people that's going to die. And black people, no, we're not going to be Jada Pinkett in Scream 2. We're not going to be Omar Epps in Scream 2. We're not dying first. No, we're going to be like every other horror movie. Niggas just not in them. We're just not going to be in them. So, yeah, that's my thought. How many times we got to do this? How many times we got to pull America? We got to pull America up and how many times do we have to make America great again?
Yeah, I mean, no pun intended, but anytime there is social unrest, we have to be at the tip of the spear to fix things. Right, like we do. We are always out there first, and then everybody's like, Operation Get Behind the Darkies, and then they let us take all the fucking hits. It's 100%.
The Civil Rights Act benefited everybody.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget that, folks. Like, it wasn't just black people. You got Koreans coming here, taking advantage of it. You got Latin people coming over here taking advantage of it. Like, of course, and look, you should. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I'm tired of being the fucking tip of the spear.
I mean, it's absolutely true. It happens all the time, right? Quite literally, the Civil Rights Act permitted the naturalization and citizenship of any person of race, obviously, thus enabling immigrants from Japan, Korea, and other parts of Asia eligible for citizenship for the first time ever. So, like, our history are very, very much in line, and you're welcome, right? Like, quite literally, all of these East Asian immigrants would not have been allowed to come in. Just they simply wouldn't have been. I mean, look, here's my thought. There was a guy. I'll say what this guy said, and then I'll give my thoughts on this. He was like, "Listen, this is a white dude," and he was like, "Look, all of these protests around the country this past week, and the hands-off protests, there was no violence, right?" And he said that a lot of people are like, "Well, you know, wasn't a lot of black people out there, so like that explains it." He goes, "I don't think that's the right way to read that." He was like, "It's because white people are not treated the same by cops as black people are." And this has been largely a point that black people have been making about not coming to these protests, besides the, you made this bed, so like you broke this, go fix it, right? And that's true. White people are the reason you have Donald Trump. It is not because of black people. 100% is not because of us. Except for like 9 dumb niggas in the country, right? But you broke it, you bought it type of shit. But his point is, because white people are not treated with such harsh violence from white cops or just cops in general, that's why this shit doesn't pop off. And so black people are like, have at it. You don't need us. Go out there and fix it. I don't know what you need to do, but you need to take your ass outside and go do that shit every single fucking weekend, as far as I'm concerned. Pull your people up about not voting. Because it's not us having the problem getting black people to vote the obvious, logical, reasonable way. It is 50% of your populace that is not doing the right thing. So, and again, I've said this many times since the election. I never want to hear a white person say black people are intellectually inferior to you. I never want to hear that. Because half of your fucking people can't realize a mark when they're the fucking mark in the most obvious scam of all time. Y'all can't pick up shit. So, and I'm not saying we're smarter than you. I'm just saying I never want to hear you say you're smarter than us. I think we're, when it comes to this, we're definitely smarter than them. But I'm saying just on a general intellect level, I think everybody is, there's plenty of dumb people on all sides, plenty of smart people. But the point is, white people's inability to think about an entire society that doesn't all look like them is one of its biggest issues. And I was thinking about this today. White people's inability to say, yeah, I fucked up, without any caveats, and then work to fix it. They don't, white Americans, like, simply do not have that ability. They just don't. Like, even when you talk about slavery, it's like, yeah, slavery was wrong, but there's always like, but that was back then, and people didn't know. No, it's always equivocated, or there's a bunch of caveats and trapdoors. Just say you're wrong and do shit to fix it. They don't. Hey, you voted for the worst fucking person you could have thought of. Oh, is all your stocks going to dog shit? Yeah, but I would have still voted for him. I just don't agree with this. Really, in the face of all of this, you're still on it. You're still on it. They have no ability to do this. So it's my attitude is, I don't think black people need to run out there and join the protests, because we already protested with our votes consistently. You guys didn't. Even though the obvious 2 options were presented to you, and you picked the worst one, and it wasn't even fucking close. Like, they were not even remotely the same, and you picked a person who is just a complete and utter idiot, and now you're paying for it, and now you want us to help. No. Was it all these conservative Latinos? Oh, black people, we need your help. No. Call your cousin. No. I got nothing.
Sorry.
Oh, wait, you can't.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I can't believe he did what he said he was going to do. I'm sorry. Were you just not listening? Like, he's doing all the shit he's listening to.
I know Trump is a pathological liar, but you got to be able to discern when he's lying and when he's not.
But he also just says shit too. Like, he just does.
Right. Like, he's lying when he's promising you things that will help you.
Yeah, that's it. Like, you figured out the whole scam. That's it. That's the whole scam. I'm gonna give you $100. This nigga's lying. I'm gonna deport your cousin. Now he telling the truth. Like, it's not that hard. Bro. It's not that hard. So, yeah, I'm totally fine with black people having the stance of like, nah, we're not. It hasn't gotten to a point where I feel like black people need to get out there. I just don't. Maybe it will come a time, but at this point, no, I don't think so. Terrence, what are your thoughts?
Well, y'all already know my thoughts. Yeah, no. You made, like you said, you made your bed, you're lying in it. My name is Bennett, I ain't in it. Whatever fucking phrase you want to say. Like, there's no need for us to do this. Because again, like you said, we voted for the opposite of this bullshit. And the other thing is, like, I'm sure there are some good white people out there. I know a couple of them. But like, especially in red states, for example, like the people they're coming out in droves. They're like, hands off, to leave my Social Security alone. You were fine with all the other shit that he was doing. But as soon as they came for Social Security, that's when you was like, oh, this is a bridge too far because you paid into something that you were entitled to. It's an entitlement. You were entitled to that money. Now, get your hands off my shit. And again, like in blue states, there are people, all the white folks out there. Good for you. You're going to have less trouble than a black person. We would have been pepper sprayed and gassed by the end of last Saturday. If it were us, they probably would have started some fucking false fires that they would have blamed on us. Whatever, the usual shit that they do.
Yeah, like they did. So yeah, by the way,
this
is just as an aside, when people go, "Oh, they burned down a police station during the George Floyd quote unquote riots,"
why would we do that?
Yeah, that was the Boogaloo Boys, and it's not an opinion I have. There are literally articles because they arrested the guys who did it. They were white. They were trying to start a race war. White conservatives have repeated that argument for the last number of years, irrespective of there's actual facts against that. That was not black people who did that shit. It was not liberals. It was a bunch of conservative guys who put on fucking Hawaiian shirts and shoot guns at people because they want to start a civil war. They're called the Boogaloo Boys. It's not that fucking hard to research. Anyway, please continue.
Right. Much like when they say black people reached for a cop's gun, we don't do that because we don't want to get shot. That's bullshit. But yeah, you white folks, this is on you. Y'all got it. I don't have again, it's the Social Security that you hate. Like the 60-something thousand people have already gotten rid of in the government. A lot of y'all were fine with that. Now those 60,000 people are going to be fucking looking for the same jobs as you are if you don't have one. Good luck with all that. Oh, well, they can go, they could take over the manufacturing jobs that they say all of the fucking Latinos are taking over.
All right,
they're taking our jobs. Well, you're broke. Like, you ain't got a job now, nigga.
Yep.
Go ahead and apply. I'm sure they would give it to you for fucking $12 an hour.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, man. Right. Depending on the state. In Mississippi, that shit is $7.25. Right. That's fucking insanity. But yeah, man. And I don't trust a lot of these white folks because I can guarantee a lot of these white people that are out there now voted for this shit. So I don't feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the other folks that didn't vote for this shit, that actually voted for the other option that was 1,000 times better than what we have now. But like those people that are out there in fucking those red states that they keep voting for fucking Republicans, suck my dick. I don't care. Yeah, like I hope you lose everything. And I don't want to feel like that. I don't. Like I have sympathy for people. I have empathy. But for those people, for me, it's a fuck you forever. Anybody that voted for Trump, if you're a friend of mine that you voted for Trump and you listening to this, don't tell me that shit because it's a wrap. I'm serious. I don't give a fuck how long we've been friends. Because like, this is fucked up. This is all bad. Like nothing good is going to come from this 4 years that we're going to have for this nigga. And like, I've been in a fucked up mood for the last couple like the last 2 months, but like today I was just thinking about a lot of shit and I'm just really irritated. Like a lot of shit just made me very angry today. And these protests, hopefully they help, but they're just flouting the law anyway. They don't give a fuck. Like they're just like the Supreme courts are telling them to do shit, and they're like, no, and just doing the shit anyway. I'm like, oh, but the Supreme Court gave him the right to do all of this shit.
Yeah. So what are you surprised?
That's what happened. So like the Supreme Court ain't doing nothing. Like so it is going to be up to the people, and like if the protests don't work. I mean, physical, bullets hurt. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, look,
bullets hurt.
There's obviously a very famous speech by Malcolm X, right? The bullet or the ballot box, right? Like, If you do not allow for voting and the ballot box to work, you make violence inevitable, like you just do. Again, I will say this. I have said this on Look Forward a number of times, and here's an easy observation for you to make, if you are into politics or not. Go look up the last time you seen that nigga do a fucking public rally. You haven't seen him do it. He hasn't done one since the election. The reason why, take a fucking guess. You think all the shit he's doing, you think he don't know that people are mad? Would you run your big orange head right out fucking out front if you were doing what he was doing? No. The fuck you would. He did rallies through his entire first administration. Damn near every weekend he was out there. Oh, I'm great. How great am I? Whole fucking country's melting down. He was doing fucking rallies during COVID. During fucking indoors. Right. Indoors. That's how Herman Cain died. Right? Never forget that shit. He got that shit at a Trump rally and got COVID and died. Stupid ass. Right? He was doing that shit through COVID, and now all of a sudden he don't got the juice. He don't got it. He don't feel like it. Yeah, I bet he don't. Bet he don't.
But it's been the best 2 months in the history of any president ever, Jay.
Yeah. Huh? All you got to do is not pay attention to any factors whatsoever, and it all works out. So
you can't just keep fucking people over. You can't keep fucking people over. I mean, again, this is the way people's problem to fix, but just the fact that we're here makes me very angry. It's just like I just be mad all day. Every article, I try not to read it, but I can't help it. I open up the front page of a web browser, and it's just a whole bunch of just bullshit. Stock market's crash. Oh, he fucking took fucking Jackie Robinson's military service out of fucking the government. Like, why? For what?
Yeah. You know,
they got rid of the pictures of the Enola Gay. Granted, like if I was Dude's mom, I don't think I would want to be associated with the fucking plane that dropped a bomb on Hiroshima. I'd be like, my nigga, why you do that? But still, like they took. It's silly. It's just a bunch of silly shit. They fucking with trans folks, just deporting people for no reason. Like we disappearing. Offline. Some of these people might be dead by the time and y'all cool with all of that. Through all of that, oh, you know what? Money. Sometimes it's good to lose money. It builds character. Those are the excuses some of these motherfuckers are coming up with to try to to cover the fact that this is a fucked up situation that we're living in right now. I don't. Those people are like evil. Actually, really exists. Yeah,
it does.
It does. Like it honestly exists. I don't think I've ever seen a bigger group of evil individuals outside of fucking Nazis.
I mean, and everything they seem to be doing is running that same fucking playbook.
They're real close.
They're getting real close.
God damn. Even some of probably the Nazis, even people that were in the Nazi party were probably like, I mean, this is foul. These people don't even need to be doing that shit.
No, everybody is just
like, all one mind. Good.
Yep. All one mind.
Fucking crazy, man.
I guess for me, look, like as I kind of look at all of this that's going on, you just think to yourself, what would the world have been like? Like, what would the country have been like if people weren't fucking idiots and had just voted properly? Like,
if they weren't just racist.
Yeah, it's just like if you just said,
no one is going to tell me that this wasn't because she was black. And I will go.
I refuse. I get downvoted into fucking oblivion on Reddit, and I will never stop making this point. This is the most Occam's razor fucking election of all time. Well, why did she lose? It's because she wasn't appealing. No, it's because she's a black woman. That's it. Like she was black and Indian, right? If you like want to be like a double racist, like let me point out all the variables of her race that I hated, right? She's a mixed race. She's a mixed race black woman, and she's a woman.
She's a woman.
That's it. Oh, well, she didn't get her idea. Her ideas were too complex. No, the fuck they weren't.
No, they weren't. Yeah, we're going to give you $50,000 for a house. How complex is that?
How can I figure it out? How can I figure it out?
We're going to give them. We're going to try to build 3 million more houses within the first 4 years of within my. These are things that she said, guys. Yeah, maybe you didn't hear her because
kept consistently.
You couldn't hear her over her fucking skin color. Maybe that was like made you deaf.
Right, the Negro is coming in a little too loud. Like, turn it down.
Right, her laugh.
But it was her laugh.
It was her laugh.
She laughs too. Her laugh is inauthentic. Like she laughs too much. Nigga, I laugh a lot. Like you got to keep.
Also,
But we have a president that doesn't laugh at all.
Yeah, he doesn't
Fucking
laugh.
Psychopath.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like that's the thing.
Smile, but he never like laughs. It's fucking weird.
It's literally a story in like in comic books. Like the man who doesn't laugh, like Batman doesn't laugh, like because he's a fucking lunatic. Like that's the whole point.
No, please do not equate Trump to Batman because that's the last thing I need people doing right now.
I'm sure it's already been done.
A wayward billionaire who doesn't care about the actual laws on the books.
Look,
all right,
you got a point. The only time you see Trump smile,
you got two dead parents.
Look, the only time you see Trump smile is when he's jacking off those invisible dicks. Like that's literally the only time I see that guy smile.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
I don't think I've ever wished for someone's downfall more often in my head than him. Like for real. And I say that like I'm trying not to get like hit on the algorithm here, like so this shit doesn't get monetized. But I just don't care, and I don't think I think a lot of people are going to see if something ever happened, they just be like, you want to crack a bottle of wine or like what the fuck is going on? I think a lot of people wouldn't be like, why did it take so long? Like I just don't think people would give a fuck.
It's like again, if people like cheer when you are no longer on this earth, you led a fucking horrible life.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Because even people who are because even people who are controversial, like people are like, well, that wasn't a good person, and other people are like, no, I thought he was. No, but if people are like, yippee, yeah, you fucked up as a human being, like you fucked up. They're not celebrating your life. They're literally celebrating your life.
All of these people. You honestly realize how terrible these people. Anybody that took a job that they knew they were not qualified for in this administration, they're a horrible person, right?
Yeah.
Hegseth, he's a piece of shit. He's a woman beater. Fucking JD Vance, I don't know what the fuck is going on. That weirdo. Donald Trump, like I said a couple weeks ago, Linda McMahon.
Right.
That fucking bitch that be talking about that be up on the podium, just
the press secretary
telling them it'll hurt her. Like she's only there because like he wants to parroting with these white men.
He wants to fuck her. Okay, let's get real. Yeah. She's a blonde white woman. Yeah, that's it.
That's the only reason why she's there.
Now, I would normally put the caveat of that's not really fair for me to say that, even though I'm still going to say it, because maybe she is qualified, but she isn't qualified. She's a fucking moron, right? Like she's a fucking moron. She's just there to steam his pants, as we used to say. So, like, no. I mean, the idea that these guys have been out there being like, oh, we got to get rid of DEI so we can have a merit-based fucking, society. Who in your administration deserves to be in these positions? Almost none of them. Almost none of them. Right? Like, yeah, there are people who are qualified. They shouldn't be there because they're not there to help people. They're there to make a buck. Right? These are not public servants. They're pieces of shit. Yeah, I'm just at a certain point, it's like, what the fuck is America going to do? If you make it through this, what the fuck are you going to do? Because you have now put a person in that shows the rest of the world that it is possible to do this again. Even if you straighten up and fly right for a while, there's always a part of America that's like, what if we just put a fucking psycho in again? Like,
all of this has proven is that we have an incredibly powerful military. That's the only thing keeping us safe. That's the only thing that's keeping other countries from not just completely coming over here and just like doing whatever they want, because we're really dumb.
Yeah,
like we just have the strongest military in the world, right? And we'll like destroy any other military. That's all we got. And he's about to put $1 trillion into it. What he said he was going to cut it. That's interesting. That's another story, though. We're about to have $1 trillion military industry budget. That's what he said. Like what was that? This morning or yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
Cool, right? So more of your tax dollars not going to helping people, are going to just a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, it proves that like the only reason why we're as safe as we are is, first of all, we're on the other side. We're like kind of isolated from all that other nonsense going on over there, and we have a really powerful military. If we didn't have a strong, like if we had Russia's military, clearly their military is fucking terrible because Ukraine has been holding them off for 3 years now, right?
Yeah, and they got 9
little old Ukraine. They got 12 people and some pea shooters, my God. Like we gave them weapons, but like
like, come on, yo, like it's like,
and we have nukes.
Yeah, right. We do that work.
That's it. That's right. That's it. That's the only thing that's protecting us. The people? No, we're dumb.
No, we're susceptible
because they voted for this bullshit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I hope go back to the actual the topic at hand. Yeah, you white folks, y'all got it. Again, like I said, y'all got it. Y'all have fun with all that. But I'm gonna keep my ass at home.
Yeah, I even if I was in the U.S. right now, I would not go. No, absolutely not. Like
this ain't my fight.
No. The fight was in fucking November.
Didn't cause it. Yeah. We did our jobs.
Per usual.
2% of black women and 96% of black women? And 82% of black men. We did what we were supposed to do. The rest of y'all, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. Y'all need Jesus. And I don't even believe that. Y'all do, and you still voted for this shit. I don't get it. Like, what the fuck? He must be a piece of shit. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. Like, that was a little religious hit, but like, y'all real religious, and you voted for this non-religious asshole.
No, he believes he believes in God, right? Sure.
You believe what's his favorite verse? I love all of them. There's so many.
Yo,
I can't tell
how do you listen to that as a religious person and not go, this sounds like bullshit? Like, this sounds like bullshit. How is it not flashing lights? I love all the verses. That's what I would say because I don't know any.
You're asking a religious person. You're asking a religious person how they can hear something and realize, and their bullshit detector doesn't go off.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Come on, yo. Like,
your whole religion.
Look, I love my people, but like, yo.
Yeah, all right. I mean, your entire religion is based on a 13-year-old girl sticking to her story. So,
right.
That's so hilarious to me, though. Oh,
you would never believe that in 2025. You would never believe it, yo. No, I got pregnant by God. Bitch, stop. Yo, knock it off. If a girl from Teen Mom on MTV was like, nah, it wasn't Timothy, it was God, they'd be like, all right, you need fucking mental help. And, please come on the show for real.
It was God. God impregnated me. But you gave birth to God. Yeah, God is his own son. Guys, like,
all right,
what?
Put on this jacket. Why are the sleeves so long so we can tie them around your back? You fucking psycho. Get in the truck. Get the fuck out.
All right, man. All right. Take shit so literally, man. Like,
that's what happened. That's what happened. So yeah, it's just I guess for me the level of disappointment in the United States. I would say I'm shocked, but like I'm not really, which is also deeply frustrating to me. Like that I'm not more shocked by this. But like you gotta pay attention. Like if you're reading, like here's my big question. For all the bluster and all the talk, where the fuck are all the black MAGA people now? I don't hear shit from nobody.
Sitting their asses in the house because none of them are in his fucking cabinet.
But I mean, even all the black MAGA voters, even them. Well, where are they? They use we fucking dancing and doing fucking rap songs and shit. Make America great and all this other fucking bullshit. Where are y'all? Where is Amber fucking bald-headed broad who had slut written on her head? What is her name?
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose, right? Like,
yeah,
where are they? Where are they? I know she's not black. She just tries to pretend to be black for power and influence. But like, where are all those people? Where are all these black influencers? We're all here and we're doing the right thing for the country. Where are they? Where are they? Now that they're stripping Jackie Robinson's name out of shit, now they're destroying, black history. They're trying to rip funding out of the African American Museum in D.C., right? That celebrates our people. Where are you now? Nowhere to be found. Of course you're nowhere to be found because you were a bunch of fucking cowards and opportunists then, and you still are. But don't worry, they'll be right on time for 2026 when they're like, well, here's my plan I have to help black people. And I think the Democrats and Republicans are pretty much the same, but here's my idea. Republicans, these are the people you should listen to. Ice Cube, right? You'd be running right up there in 2028 telling us that it's all even and that the Republicans are the only ones who listen to black people, right? That'll be the lie you tell. And in the midterms, you'll try to pretend that the shit's balanced, right? Pay attention to that. You're not gonna hear nothing from these motherfuckers until a couple months before the midterm, and then they'll pretend like everything is fucking even, and that it's hard to make a decision. Yeah, probably both sides. Maybe stay home. These people are not your friends. They don't give a fuck about you, right? You listen to these fucking idiot influencers, Dave Portnoy or whatever the fuck his name is. Nigga, go back to reviewing pizza. Shut the fuck up. I've lost $10 million. Good. I hope it's $20 million. You piece of shit. And they asked them, oh, how much money? I lost $10 million, but I would still vote for Trump. These are the people you listen to? This is the intelligentsia of the right? Where are they? Where are all these people that knew so much? Black people got to get off the Democratic plantation. Where are you at now? Nigga, you're going to be working on a fucking plantation soon enough. The fuck? Where are you? Where's Byron Donalds? Where is he? Oh, maybe he'll let me run for governor. On an interview
a couple days ago.
Yeah, maybe he'll let me run for governor in Florida.
He trying to be governor.
Come on, boss. Come on. Is it okay if I run for a big office? I sure is tired. Fuck out of here. Fucking sellout ass nigga. Fuck him. I hate that guy. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. Not a fan. So, yeah.
All of them niggas irritate my soul. They just irritate me. Like, everything is irritating. I hate everybody. I hate everybody. Yeah, I hate everybody.
Where are y'all, man? All you black MAGA people were all in our comments during the election. Where y'all at now? Crying over your 401k? What happened? Oh, the market rallied today. Yeah, because your little bitch ass nigga in the White House was like, I quit. I don't want to do this no more. Yeah. Where you at?
He got those tariffs out quick.
Right. He's playing chicken and he lost.
Tariff for China.
Yeah, China was like, nah, we ain't moving. How about that? Fuck out of here. And now he's like, oh, we'll just keep it on China. Cool.
Didn't he put like 125% tariff on China?
It's like 105%.
Tomorrow. Starts tomorrow.
And China was like, nah, that's cool.
Or China was like 84%, fuck you.
Yep.
Right.
Yo, cool. This is the worst dick measuring contest ever, yo. Like they're just okay, 84, okay. 125. What you got now? 125. Oh, all right. 125. Bitch, 135. This is the worst fucking reverse auction ever, yo. God.
It's so stupid. And you're only making your people pay them fucking money. Like, that's all you're doing. Like, you're not, like, what is the purpose of this? It's dumb. The market rallies are like, yay! Like, maybe take something from that the entire market was like, please stop doing these. This is dumb. And don't worry. You happy today? Don't worry. The market's going to crash again, buddy. Because when all those prices start cranking up at fucking Walmart and shit, yeah, reality is going to come. I saw a report the other day, and we'll end it just in a second, that, China has this whole thing where, like, a lot of Chinese companies will just take American products or other products around the world, and they just copy them fucking one to one because they have such massive manufacturing. They just steal the shit, right? Fucking intellectual property. Well, the Chinese government has had to crack down on that because they can't enter into trade agreements with other countries. They're like, you got to do something about this. When Trump was like, nah, here you go, 105% tariffs, the Chinese government was like, we're no longer monitoring this.
Bet.
Yeah, bootleg all you want.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, let me get that joint for like $100 less, $200 less.
Oh, nigga, I can't wait to buy me
$1,000 less.
Yeah, I can't wait to buy me a Myson vacuum cleaner on fucking Temu for 13 cents.
Yo, Temu's about to be jumping, nigga.
Yeah, it's
like that shit is gonna be like $17, and it's gonna be like the exact same quality. Like, I'm gonna start buying from Temu, dog. Yeah. Fuck out of here.
Oh, what brand is that? I don't give a fuck. It's the cheaper brand that works exactly the same as your American-made shit. Oh, what happened? Oh, sad. Yeah.
No.
I mean, like the whole tariff thing doesn't make any sense. Like from the perspective of we're going to bring back manufacturing jobs. Was it the Dave Chappelle thing? Like, why? So Nikes cost $9,000? What the fuck? I want to wear them. I don't want to fucking make them. This is dumb as shit, right? And then you're like, they're a negotiating tactic. So if you're using them for a negotiating tactic, then that means they can go away, which means you're not bringing back manufacturing jobs. You can't have it both ways. That doesn't make any sense. So, okay. Again, where are you guys? Stock market is in the toilet. People's lives are being fucking upended. Everything, people losing their jobs. Where are you? Right? It was so great. All that because you could not handle the idea of a black woman being president. Who is more
unemployment doesn't help the economy.
It does not.
Doesn't help it. It really doesn't help the economy. All these people that have no jobs, shit is about to increase in price. That's a recipe for fucking recession/depression.
Yeah,
we know somebody. One of my son's friends, their parents, they live around the corner from us. And look, this is not a flex. We live in one of the more expensive areas in the Mid-Atlantic.
Honestly, probably in the country.
And you're right, probably in the country.
Yeah.
And they
Mike is rich as fuck. By the way, ask that.
Micah is fucked, and they just went from a 2-income household to a 1-income household
in that area
for no reason.
And they have 3 kids. Just had a 3rd kid.
They moving
in this area. They don't know what they're going to do yet. They don't know what they're going to do yet.
That's fucking
another job. They might have to.
So,
and that's right. The world we live in now. They got fired for nothing. It's not like they got fired. They got fired for no reason at all.
None. Yep.
That's what
they have turned it into a verb. It's called being riffed.
Yeah.
Reduction in force. They turned it into a verb. That's how common it is. And it's not, these people didn't do anything. These people are hardworking. Like these people are, and it's just sad, man. It's sad. Quite frankly, it's kind of like the Thanos snap, nigga. And it really does make you like appreciate if you didn't get snapped, if you didn't get riffed. And it's just, right. but there's a sense of survivor's remorse that is real.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because people you've worked with for years are just gone through no fault of their own. It's just inhuman. That's why that big purple alien did it, and he was the villain, because it's inhuman.
I mean, by the way, Trump has literally equated himself to Thanos. Like, back when that movie came out, he was like putting out memes and shit. I was like, he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy, you dumb idiot.
He's the delusional one.
Right. Yeah, just destroy half the universe. Okay,
he's the one that, with all the power in the universe, instead of doubling resources, decided to halve the population.
Like, what? Just make more bread, nigga. What the fuck? What would Jesus do? A couple the fish sandwiches and be done with it. Like it's just I have to question people's like legitimate humanity. I do. Like, because you cannot look at what's going on and be honest in your fucking mind and think, this is a great idea. It's great to upend people's lives. Like, I remember that seeing that clip of the black dude on CNN. I don't remember his name, but he was like, my friend in Mississippi just lost his government job, and it's really sad. And it's like 4 seconds before that, you're like, well, sometimes people just really want to get rid of the people in D.C. because they think it's all crap. Those are people too.
He's not a guy from D.C. Blah, blah, blah. He was like in Mississippi. He finally got that good government job, and he just lost it.
Fuck you. What the fuck
talking about?
Yeah, because in his mind, the people in D.C. are not real people.
Yeah, like they're all rich, uppity people that, like, hey, they need to be fucking brought down to earth. Not all of those people that work in the government make a lot of fucking money.
But even if they're just like
politicians.
Right, and that's really what it is. They're just equating everyone in D.C. with a senator. Like there's just people like I used to work for the federal government, or I was a contractor for the federal government. And the place I worked was in like it was a part of NIH, right? So we do science there in that building. Like people who work there, like some people just like wash cages for animals. This is like a regular person job, dude. They're not like, I'm a billionaire scientist just, tapping into the fucking, the atmosphere and shit. No, they're just fucking people. I scrub cages for fucking mice that do, that they do scientific experiments on. You think that guy makes $150,000 a year? No. Right? It's a regular fucking Joe job. That guy gets fired? Why? What did he do? Trying to help do something that maybe benefits society at large. That guy loses his job. Why? That woman loses a job. Why? Because some fucking butthead fucking 19-year-old hacker teenager is like, I Googled diversity or I searched diversity and you went to diversity training. Bitch, I was told to go to that. Oh, you're fired. All right, cool. Great. That's super smart. Look, man, I would love to hear what white people think at some point after all of this, if we make it through, about the American dream. And about American leading and all this other shit. Because, spoiler alert, it's not going to anymore. We are going to be a shell of our former selves. And they're going to be wondering, why is everyone moving ahead? Why do we always feel like we're lacking? This is probably the Democrats' fault. This right here is your fault. This is your fault. Because you were too stupid to not see that you were being duped. You couldn't see it. Because you let your racism and your sexism blind you. This is America. This is amazing. So, good luck. I mean, we're going to review Black and Blue next week. Hopefully niggas have money to get to the internet to watch it. I don't know. I don't know.
They only have internet. Just like a complete shutdown of the internet.
Hey, you never know.
For the next couple of weeks. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck is going to happen?
Anything's possible.
Fucking 6 days.
Yeah, anything's possible. Look. He likes to mirror the shit that China does. Maybe they'll build the Great Firewall here. Then you can't get to any of your websites. Like when they ban porn and all this other shit, right?
Already done it in some states. Already banned fucking certain websites in some states already.
Yeah, Texas is one of them.
They ain't gonna have any.
Yeah, fuck that. Texas, a state where you can have as many guns as you want, but you can't have as many dildos as you want. That's a real thing, by the way. They passed a law. You can only have 6 dildos. This is the priority.
Sorry.
I swear to God, dude, it's a real fucking law. It's a real fucking law in Texas. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. Texas dildo law. Like, it's fucking insane. Yeah.
I don't believe it. There's no fucking...
I have a lot of questions. But
in Texas, in Texas, while the state's obscenity statute, which previously restricted the sale and possession of sex toys, was deemed unconstitutional and unenforceable in 2008, a proposed bill in 2025 seeks to require photo ID for online purchases of obscene devices could impact the sales of certain businesses. Yes. Yeah. No. Oh. You need to have a letter from your fucking pastor to buy a fucking rose toy for your girlfriend. Oh, yeah. No, you're fucked. This is the life you guys want to live in. This is the world y'all want to live in. I had to check with the local law enforcement to buy a sex toy. All right, well.
These are the people these niggas are voting for. Why are they so worried about that?
Exactly, yo. Like, it's fucking weird, man.
I got nothing else, yo.
Well, at least I could get an AR-15. You can't get your wife off, but you got an AR-15. Congratulations, you fucking Jesus Christ. It's insane. It's insane.
I've never heard of such an absurd thing.
And with grocery prices going up, fucking zucchini and pickle prices going up, you won't be able to handle yourself there either. Like, it's like, when is things are coming to a head?
Well, no one's coming in Texas, nigga.
That's why they're so loud. Just shooting guns into the air. Yo, having to require photo ID to buy a sex toy online is fucking crazy. That's wild. Yeah, wow. It's currently illegal. Here it is. It's currently illegal to own more than 6 sex toys in Texas, although the judge called that law unenforceable. But why was it ever on the books? Why was it ever on the books?
What is your problem? Y'all a bunch of freaky ass niggas in Texas. If you're like, yo, I need to know how many dildos you got in your home, and if you got more than 6, what are you gonna do? Send them to jail? They're gonna deport you to fucking El Salvador. This nigga has 7 dildos. Like,
What the fuck are we talking about?
We're getting closer and closer to 2032 San Angeles. And I don't know if you all remember what happened in 2032 San Angeles, but we're going to have to thaw somebody out. Man. We're going to have to thaw somebody out from 1996 to come and help us, yo.
You know what? A psycho cop from the 90s actually works pretty fucking well. Like,
Jesus.
What is it? What about what was it? Christopher Dorner? Just bring fucking bring him into fucking 2032.
Yeah, we could use it.
Yeah, we could.
A psycho cop, right now. We need sewer people led by Dennis Leary, eating rat burgers to come and save us.
Best rat burger.
All right,
I'm telling you, I saw that story. I was like, how is that real life, yo? Texas is a state of freedom, up to 6, and that's it. You guys are fucking weird.
Wow, I've never heard of. Okay,
that's amazing. God. Yeah, shout out to Texas. Good luck with all that. All right, we will be back next week with episode 280, Black and Blue. Again, that is starring Naomi Harris and Tyrese Gibson and Frank Grillo, a rookie New Orleans police officer who is forced to balance her identity as a black woman after she witnesses 2 corrupt cops committing murder. So, all right, we will see you guys next time. Bye.
See you.
Bye. I cannot believe
just 6. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.